the Ricochet Effect. Ricochet Effect, like Ricochet Effect.
Yeah. We having conversation with no moderation. Love to the communities, the Ricochet Effect. Having conversation with no moderation. Love to the communities, the Ricochet Effect. Having conversation with no moderation.
Hi, this is Renee Cobb, and
I'm Dr. Abeni, El-Amin, and we are with the Ricochet Effect.
Greetings, everyone. This is Renee Collins Cobb from the Ricochet Effect. And
I am Dr. Abeni El-Amin. It's so wonderful to have you here. We've got a live in-studio guest.
Hey, it's good to be
so
here.
exciting.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is David Napier, but everybody calls me Chill. And I'm from Harrodsburg, Kentucky, but I've been in Lexington for 12 years now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Chill, you and I go back a little bit of a long way, right? So, David, you studied music at Western Kentucky University. Is that correct?
I did.
And you have been in a variety of projects around town. Where have we seen you before?
You may have seen me with Driftwood Gypsy. You may have seen me with a band that was called El-Amin back when I first moved here. Goodness, you name a band, you name a ran sound there, or I have performed there. Al's Bar, the Burrow, all those spots.
All kinds of places.
Yeah.
And he's also, Dr. El-Amin, been known to show up at a few open mics that have really brought people a lot of joy. And I just want to add that one of my favorites is he taps into his inner schoolhouse rock.
Okay.
And does some 3 is the magic number is my absolute favorite.
What are your instruments?
So mostly guitar, but I do play some drums and some piano and some saxophone. Tiny little bit, jack of all trades, master of none, that kind of thing.
A true Renaissance man.
I try.
And one of those Renaissance men projects, Dr. El-Amin, has been what I think he developed as a superpower over COVID, if I'm correct.
Yep.
And he took on a hobby that has really become not a hobby anymore, right? Tell us about what you learned to do.
So funny part is that it wasn't even a hobby. I didn't even have time for it to be a hobby. It went straight from, so my wife asked me to make a spoon one day. Her sister for Christmas bought her a salt cellar. And so she walked into my office and said, make me a spoon. And I said, okay, cool. So I had a pocket knife. So I pulled the pocket knife out and I stabbed a piece of wood that I found sitting around until it became a tiny little spoon for her to, because she was always like, salt, wash your hands, salt, wash your hands. She was tired of having to do that all the time. So I facilitated, made a little spoon. She posted it online. Within a month, I got a call from this lady from Canada that was like, hey, I've heard about your spoons. I would like to get 20 of those.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, she was from Kentucky, but she lived in Canada, and her friend was like, you have to get these spoons from this guy. I saw him online. And so the word got out. Within 2 months, it was a business, and I was already shipping internationally, working with chefs around the world. It's kind of been a crazy ride for that.
And I actually have a few of these in my kitchen.
Okay.
But they're too pretty to use, though, and I'm sure I'm supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Well, that would make the assumption that I cook, I guess. But I'm just so impressed with your passion and your energy and your drive and your dedication with virtually anything that you set out to do. And I just want to kind of ask you now about your music and what type of projects are you working on right now? And also, what is coming up in the future?
So there are no actual projects going on right now musically. I took a little bit of a break. I had a pretty heavy year last year. I can talk about it now, but we lost my father-in-law and my mother and my father, along with other family members as well, all in the space of last year. And so I took, in lieu of all of that, I was taking care of my mother through some of her cancer treatments and that kind of thing. So I took a break, took some space. This is actually my first show in a long time. I'm feeling the rust, but we're going to knock the rust off.
Yeah, but you know what? WKY is really happy to have you, and I've sat in the planning meetings, and let me tell you, we were tossing around some names, and yours certainly was one of the first.
And I appreciate it. I'm honored. We were actually, so random thing is you were there. We were the first band, one of the first bands that played the opening here for Spur Road when you moved to this location.
That is incredible.
That's correct.
Yeah, I was with Driftwood Gypsy at the time, and I think it was also Jocelyn and Sweet Depression and lots of other amazing local bands.
So, Dave, let me ask you to speak to the importance of, you said we know that you've played here at WUKY before, but tonight you're going to be on the air. And would you talk to us about what you think the importance of public radio is and what it means to a community like Lexington and the state of Kentucky?
I mean, it ties us in. DeBron Thomas is one of the, of course, one of your correspondents. And I've been listening to him for ages. He's a really good friend of mine, and huge in the community. I mean, having to do with Take Back Cheapside and all the work that's been done through the city. It's a necessity to be able to talk to the people that you're around.
Well, excellent. We're so glad to have you. And I have a bonus round question here for you. Are you ready? Let me ask you, because I just feel a lot of, like I said, passion and dedication, energy, spirit in your music. What do you think music does for the soul?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it warms it. There's something to be said about music. It ignites things in our mind that we normally either were attached to in a previous life or just connects us in a way. How do I answer this straightforward? It's hard. It's a hard one to kind of answer. It's a big answer. Let's say you take somebody that's elderly with dementia. My grandfather actually was one of those patients, and every once in a while, even when his mind has drifted off, you can really hear music pop back up, and he'll sing an old hymn, and he'll really get into that just feeling, and that really gets us, that kind of ignites our souls, and everybody around us, just to see that light kind of shine back in it,
So thank you for being here.
Hey,
I know that you have got to get ready for set, and we look forward to your performance.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
I thank you all for listening. We met no while ago, and I hardly knew how it would be at this point in time. But now I just want you to see that I thank you for giving me time. Oh, I thank you without any reason or rhyme. I thank you for listening. There we go, there we go. Well, hang up your hang-ups. You've been waiting for so long to get this off of your chest. You keep sitting around silently thinking what you're doing's for the best. Well, all the while you know you've got to give it all you got. It's not worth it if you don't take a shot. Starting out your day, all in your head, contemplating daily waiting, that moment you'll be there. But make this clear, until you die you just don't get any rest. So do your best, don't hesitate to be blessed. So hang up your hang-ups. You've been waiting for so long to get this off of your chest. You keep keep sitting around silently thinking what you're doing's for the best. But out the way you know you've got to give it all you got. It's not worth it if you don't take the shot.
Well, we've come to the close of another amazing podcast. I'd like to thank our listeners. I'd like to thank our guest. And as we say here at WUKY, we can't do it without our community. And just keep in mind that DEIB is the DNA of humanity. The vision of Project Ricochet is to find practical solutions that assist minority youth who are prone to antisocial behaviors while discovering positive and productive lifestyle alternatives. An overarching goal of Project Ricochet is to work and communicate in genuine ways with existing organizations and groups which have a similar focus as we do. Our programming is distinctive because it provides development opportunities for community and economic empowerment.
It's the Ricochet Effect, Ricochet Effect. It's the Ricochet Effect, Ricochet Effect.